So I bought this ink for my laser printer, an HP, and the cartridges that we have are the LaserJet M254dw. Probably can't see that. This is what the HP LaserJet looks like that I have. Get that. That's here. Oop. This is the HP Color LaserJet Pro M254dw. So I've already done the blue, the magenta, and now I'm going to work on the yellow. So this is the ink I got from inkowl.com. The links will be in the description. HP M254-/M281. It also is for the Canon 045 magenta, 30 grams. And you can buy various packages. I think this was like 40 bucks. I still need to do the black. Maybe I have to ask the wife. We have done the black previously, so that one might be okay. So it's powder in here. I figured I'd show you how to get into the toner cartridge to put in the toner. That's powder. You need one of these. You can get it off Amazon, or Inkowl sells it. It's a couple bucks, $5. I don't know. It wasn't much. I got mine off Amazon. It's just a soldering iron with a copper end to make the melt the hole. They give you directions. They're really good. It shows you where to do it. So you just line it up. Have to see what side here. Right there. So I want to do it right there, which corresponds to the directions. It's that easy. You step by step, and we're going to do it. So you take your cheap soldering iron that you bought off Amazon or from Inkowl. Either way, they're not much, so if you want to go through Inkowl and just get theirs, that's fine. Or you can make one, because it's just a piece of copper screwed in at the bottom there to a cheap soldering iron. So you'll take this, and for fun, let's actually do the overfill tank. So we're going to do the overfill tank. We do that right here where it says HP. Shows this like little cup thing, product of Japan. Because when I did the magenta, it was crazy. So you take a screwdriver, stick it in so, and pop out that piece of plastic. And then it's gone. I have the paper towel over there. And carefully set down your soldering iron. So what you do, this is the overflow tank. In the magenta, it was amazing. There was so much in there. I wish I would have videoed that one, because it just came out and it wasted so much toner. I mean, you probably could save that and put it back in. So you flip it up. Woo, see? Look at that. There's all the yellow. Wow. So much in the overflow tank, which tells me that you waste a lot. So if you did this on like maybe a piece of glass and then carefully scraped it back into a container, I wonder if you could reuse this. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. And then you go this way. Wow, that is a lot. Remember, this is the overflow tank. This is not, this is like the waste. I say overflow, I don't know what they call it. It's like the waste. Wow. I mean, this is a pretty dark green, so maybe you can't reuse this stuff. Maybe it's been slightly heated. I don't know. Then you go back the other way. And because these things have chips, they know when they're full, and it's going to, you know, drive the, it's probably going to shut down the printer because it's saying it's full. So you want to make sure you do this. Now, they show in the steps you do this, you know, after you do the other, but I don't think it really matters on the order. And you definitely want to do this because it is crazy how much comes out. And because it's the overflow, I mean, you probably don't have to go too nuts on emptying it, but looks like there's a lot in here. And as you can see, I do it on some paper towels. I have 2 layers of good Bounty paper towels. And yes, I'm living dangerously with a dog that is new to the house that is going around, so I have carefully the soldering iron on the extension cord, and I got you know, tablecloth on. Yeah, might want to be a little more cautious than I'm being right here. Right now, a cat could go running through, dog, and this stuff go everywhere, and that would probably be the end of the carpet. And you just keep doing this until you think it's pretty empty, because again, this is just the overflow tank. And yes, I'm tapping it on the table because that helps it dislodge and slide on out. I want to say that's pretty good because again, that's the overflow tank. Look at all that stuff. All that. That is amazing. It is amazing. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of ink. That's just being wasted. That is crazy. So what I do now is I've been thoroughly being clean by, I'll kind of clean that up. I'll just rip a piece of paper towel, clean this side. This hole is actually really easy to do. So you get that hole done. You take your aluminum and just kind of guess. I've done a few of these, so I know what I'm doing. At this point. Oop, too much. There we go. You can take the back of your nail, smooth it out around, make sure it's a good seal. I guess that was a little too long this way, but it's okay. Just want to seal it up. And then what you do, they give you more than plenty. You take this, I do another piece, and bam, go right on there. 2 layers, puncture proof. And if you want to buy this aluminum tape, you can just buy it at your local hardware store or on Amazon. I'll provide a link to that too. I'll provide a link to the various items in the description. That way you all can take a look. And we'll call that good for the overflow tank. So then I carefully set that to the side. I'm going to wrap this up, which I have to lift the camera up because it was on the corner. And just be very tidy and clean. You can see it because it's such fine powder, it does get through, so 2 layers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hole right here where these numbers are. You see that right here under this circle? Just kind of within there. So you take this, you burn the hole in. I kind of twist and it pops and you're done. Now you got your plug in the end. Make sure you remove that so it doesn't keep melting. And that's it, it's clean. Now you'll take a razor blade and you perforate this membrane that has the ink. I kind of start, you know how the razor blade goes on an angle like that? You also want to make sure from your previous inks that it's pretty clean. So I kind of go up under. And like that. Ooh, a little poof of ink. There we go. Then they tell you take like a flathead screwdriver, take those flaps and fold them under so they're out of the way so you can empty and fill this. And what I do is I fold it and then I lift up under and kind of crease it so it stays folded. Little trick I've learned doing a few of these now. This has actually been one of the easier ones. Like that, and you're done. Probably want to clean off your screwdriver just so when you're setting it somewhere. Now you empty this guy out, which paper towel, whatever, and you, depending how much you used, will depend how full it is, right? We saw a lot in the overflow. Now you can see it's pretty yellow. So I'm going to think it goes through some sort of process. So you probably can't reuse that garbage ink. It was a good idea, right? But I'm guessing you can't because it was greenish. It was hard to tell on the other colors, but I guess they were darker too. I couldn't tell on black. So you kind of tap it, switch it back and forth. You want to get it as empty as possible because the better job you do, the more ink you'll fit in. On the magenta, I don't know if I didn't empty it good enough, but I couldn't get all the ink in, which is fine. They have caps on their bottles. They say it could contaminate because of the different inks, you know, probably different properties of how they blend. Possible. You want this as empty as you possibly can get it. I'm going to say that's probably fairly good. So again, I set carefully to the side. I roll this up just to try to keep the house as clean as possible. Actually, this time I'm going to do both. Ooh, see, it's such fine powder, it even gets through the... That's fine. Stained anyway, so not a big deal. I want to take my ink. They have a ring on it. Gotta pull that off. They give you these nice little caps and it has a cover. So you take that off and thread on this one. And see, you can close the container up. So what I like to do, and this is probably the part most people will want to see, is I want to, not do that. Wow. I don't know why it came out like that. That wasn't good. Didn't happen on the other ones. And do not use a vacuum, it says, to suck any of this up. Maybe, I wonder if you had one of those like little keyboard vacs, if it would work. I'm guessing a normal vacuum would be just too crazy. Okay. Let's try this again. I'll put this more that way. So take it, idea is angle, and then what I do is tap this. Tap it right into the hole and kind of just fill it up. And then what you'll do is tilt that gently, give it maybe a little tap, and then you'll just repeat. And you'll do this until it's all in there, or you just can't put any more in there. Just tap. All you need is taps. And if you need to, tap this, and you'll watch it settle down, and then you can tilt. And again, just keep on doing it. It's what you're doing. Just I'm going to say that's it for that one. That one I can throw away. No reason to keep that. Okay, so let it settle. You know, that's why I shook it, to get the powder just to settle. Clean up my mess. This is by far the messiest one I've done. And then you take the aluminum again. And yeah, this one I'll go kind of big, just to cover a big area. So I don't need the scissors. And then you take that, and you take your back of your fingernail and just go around it, fold things over. You just don't want it to leak out. Then take an extra piece of foil, yay big, basically hole big, because you just don't want the hole to puncture. Put it on like so, and that is basically it. It's not as messy as liquid ink because, well, it doesn't stain really anything. A little bit easier to work with. I know it looked a little messy. I did the other ones just fine. This one was, I don't know why it poured out like that, but we got it in there. And as you saw, there's a lot of waste in that waste container, so make sure you clean that one out so the chip that's in these toner cartridges doesn't think it's full and stop printing. So empty that along with filling and you'll be good to go. So that's it. Kind of, you know, shake the ink around, let it settle, and now you can put this back into the printer like so. Which way? That way. Goes down like that. Now you can put it back in, put that back, and it will go through its initializing process. I do believe it will print a page. Demo page. So go reports, demo page, and let's see how it prints. And it will just say running low, but you're not running low. And it prints just fine. So that's what you do on the HP Color LaserJet Pro M254dw. Hopefully this helped you all out on refilling your toner cartridges and gives you a cheap alternative than paying hundreds of dollars per toner cartridge from HP. So there you go. And check out the description for all the links to like Inkall and everything I've used. Okay, have a good one. Stay well, stay safe, my friends. Bye.